Hello, I'm coming to you once again from inside our parish church here at St. James in New Alexandria, where we've just finished celebrating the Mass for the 5th Sunday of Easter. And I know today is also Mother's Day, so I'd like to once again extend to all of our mothers a very joyful and wish for a blessed and happy Mother's Day this year. I know the celebration of Mother's Day, as we have also experienced with other celebrations, including some of our liturgical celebrations, is very different this year. But nonetheless, please be assured of our continued prayers for each and every one of you. And we hope that today may be a day filled with joy and happiness. And please accept our sincere gratitude for responding to the vocation of motherhood. This week has been a very important week, as you know. There's been many important announcements being made, including this past Friday, Governor Wolf announced that our section of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, including the 4 counties of our diocese, will be transitioning this Friday, May 15th, into the yellow stage. That is very important for us because Bishop Malesic on Friday also announced that with the transitioning of the government's announcement of being yellow, that our church buildings are going to be opened once again for private prayer. And I know that is a welcomed announcement for many who have been desiring to come back into the church for private prayer. And so beginning this Friday, May 15th, here at St. James, our parish church will be opened for private prayer. We will be open daily from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. And you are welcome to come to church to spend some time in prayer. However, I want to remind everyone that even though our church building is open, we need to make sure that we are following the proper procedures to ensure health and safety for everyone, our fellow parishioners, our staff, all who may come into the church. And so it will be imperative that if you decide to come to church for some time in private prayer, that you will need to have a mask on. And we encourage you to wash your hands before and leaving the church or sanitizing them. We do have a sanitizer in the vestibule of the church. Also, we need to make sure that we are practicing social distancing. That means that if there is more than one person in church, we should be keeping a 6 feet distance between each other. Also, the requirements that we have is that we need to sanitize the church daily if it is open for prayer. And so what you will find is we are going to block off a major part of the pews and have 2 seating or devotional areas, one in the front of the church and one in the back of the church on opposite sides. We're going to ask that people leave a pew between them if there would be more than 1 or 2 people in church. And we would ask you to please utilize the pew space that is designated for private prayer. That will enable us to be able to sanitize daily those portions of the church that would be used by people for private prayer. So it's an exciting, important transition back to maybe a beginning of some normalcy. I will continue to keep you informed as things develop as to when the possibility of even smaller groups of public celebrations may occur. But certainly the beginning of opening our church for private prayer is an important first step that we're looking very forward to. There will be more information and guidelines about this, as well as other news and information. So I encourage you to visit our parish website, www.stjamesnewalexandria.org, or our Facebook page, St. James Church, New Alexandria, or our diocesan website, www.dioceseofgreensburg.org, where we will be continuing to add health updates and important information. Also this past week, we sent out a mailing to all of our registered parishioners. I hope that you've received that mailing. If for some reason you've not received that mailing, please contact our parish office. We'll make sure that we get that to you. But the mailing is an update from me and also a little special gift for the month of May, and especially for our mothers. Also, I would like to again thank all of you for your prayers, for your generosity, for the volunteerism. Our men have been cutting the grass here. We've been continuing to make some physical improvements. This past week, we finished putting up all of our new outdoor lighting, which is going to be a great asset to our parish. We're now in the midst of doing some work in the balcony of the church where we had to do some plaster repair. And so we're trying to keep the physical plant up and running and also very well maintained. And I thank all of you who've assisted. I want to give a very special word of thanks to all of our volunteers who made many calls for our connectivity program, made house calls to many of our parishioners. So thank you. It's an important way to stay connected to our parishioners. I also want to thank all of you again for your continued generosity to our parish, to the way in which you've continued to support our offertory. I remind you that our bulletins are continuing to be both in print but available also online at our parish website, where you'll see offertory reports. I thank all of those who have continued to support our offertory either by mailing it in or doing electronic transfer. Thank you so much. I'm also very pleased and delighted to report that our diocesan Lenten appeal continues to do extremely well, and we're delighted because we're going to be able to do a lot of our physical plant projects with that. And I'm happy to report that we're almost at 100 gifts and that we're over $61,000 for this year's diocesan Lenten appeal, which really is wonderful because that means that over $40,000 of that is returning back to our parish. And so I can't be more grateful and more thankful to God and to all of you for your generosity. So thank you for that. Please, again, continue to watch our parish website. Also, I'm sure you'll be hearing things in the secular media as we continue to transition, not only here in our parish, but throughout the diocese. We want to do it in a way that is very safe, which is very prudent, and a way in which we can continue the mission of the church, but do that all in conjunction with the care and concern of all of our parishioners and the greatest community. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. May God continue to bless you and grant you his strength and peace. Just a reminder, too, I know on Mother's Day we've had a long tradition of doing our May crowning. And so this year we're going to have a virtual May crowning, and you can find that virtual May crowning on our website, on the Facebook page. It will be queued up in one of our YouTube segments. So please, if you have some time, you can offer some prayers to the Blessed Mother, and we will be crowning the image of our Blessed Mother, the statue that's outside of our church here today, and that will be up on our multimedia platform. So we pray that the Blessed Mother may continue to intercede for each and every one of us. Thank you. Please stay safe. God bless you, and have a blessed day and a wonderful week.